Hello, welcome back to another video on farming life at Laforge. Just doing a kind of a mix-up video today and just kind of answering a lot of questions that was asked before and we didn't get back to it. So the question we asked a lot, even people calling here, is how much we get for the hay and how much hay we have to the hectare, and how we sell it and this and that. So we get about 14, say this year, talking about this year because on average, because every year can be different, but what do you call it, rain or drought. So this year was not too bad. So this year on average we'll be getting about maybe 14 to 16 bales to the hectare. Now that depends on whether it's new grass or old grass as well. So we do reseed every year as well. So new grass is going to be more, but that the 15 to 16 or 14 to 16 is on average over the whole lot. So we sell all our hay by the weight and straw, and that's the way the French do it over here. It doesn't matter what way you work it out, they want it so much a ton, because that's the way it has to go on the receipt, the factor they call it. So when it goes into the accountant, she knows how much a ton. And as well as that, we have to do a stock take here every year, and we have to tell them roughly how many bales we have and how many this and that and blah blah blah, and how many ton of stuff we have. It has to be done because we're a company. So we have this trolley jack here, or it's not a trolley jack, a paddle forks there, and it has its own scales on it. So we use that to weigh the hay, because we can bring that out the field and we leave a pallet on the top of it, and if whoever's coming to buy that field of hay or wherever, we leave a pallet and we weigh we weigh 5 or 6 bales in whatever field that the person is interested, and it's by the weight, and that's normally to do it. So for hay we get about this year about €100 a ton, and the straw I think is 90. Yeah, €90 a ton. I have it here. Yeah, €90 a ton. So that's about 32 or 34 euro a bale for the straw and 40 euro for the hay. So then, yeah, that works a treat. As well as that, now we leave that around here. This is normally left around here. So sometimes if we're changing feeding, say with buckets up the field, maybe we might have 5 or 6 animals that's getting different feed. Just to be safe, we leave the buckets on that as well and weigh them now and again. Now we have this on the mixer there, we have loading cells on that, so we have a fair idea as well. So we find this a great piece of equipment, and you can wheel it anywhere and you can weigh anything you want. It's just handy for the straw and the hay out the fields, because you can just drop it in the back of the Hilux and away you go. So no, that was all. As well, this year we're doing a good bit of reseeding. Now this is the first year in a long time I've bought grass seed because you're getting half the price back on grants. Now I'll turn this around again. So and I said it's a good opportunity to get and then I change this. So it's a good opportunity to just get new seed. So it's a lot of clover. They're giving the grants for high protein crops. So we're putting in about 40 hectares this year of reseeding. I'm halfway through. So I just said I'd go through this. Now the other thing we're at as well is kind of getting tractors and that ready for the winter and making sure everything is okay for starting. So this is our charging trolley here. You see it? And there's our battery, keeping all the leads checked, because when it's real cold weather, your battery is only at half capacity. So that charger there is kind of a reconditioner. It's okay. It's okay. I think it works really well on a battery that's about over a 2-year guarantee. So that's handy there. It's an old trolley. It wheels any old batteries we have that's charged up when you're stuck. Because when you come out in the morning and you have a lot of cattle to feed, the last thing I want to do is to be messing trying to start jugs. So so as well as that, then here I was watching what do you call, Cow Farmer Dam, and if you have all bad leads or anything on tractors, you lose power as well, especially in cold weather. So he had bought one of these jugs for clamping on the connections on leads. This is what it does here. It puts on that onto the lead, and it's on right. And before that, I'd be soldering it, and it takes a long time. And now that lead I didn't make up. That lead I bought off QTP. You can buy them that way made up as well, but they're expensive, but they're good as well. But just all the ends do go, especially I have a lot of older tractors here. So you can clamp on your end perfect with this. It's a 16 ton, I think, or 14 ton, and you have all the different dies. And I turn that around. You have all the different dies for different size cables. And then I got this as well to cut the cable. So when you go up, if you don't have to be getting a grinder or anything, you can just that'll cut off any size of the cable. So this was sent to us. Then it's a booster, a Jumpstart. It's a Topdon JS3000. Have it about 3 or 4 months now, and I find it a dream. So, and there's the 2 leads off it. There, real short. Now, if I seen that in the shop, I probably wouldn't buy it. I'd say that jug could never start a tractor. But the combine this year, the battery was completely dead, and we just put that on it, and boom, off it went. Because the back beacon light was left on, and it was left spinning, but the bulb was gone, and we didn't see it, and we went away for a while. Normally we turn off the dead man switch, as we call it, but we didn't. And when we came back, the battery was completely flattened out. So I just put that on. I didn't think it would start it that day, and no bother. So all you do is this clips into one end there, and you put it on the battery, and then there's 3 lights there, or 4. So if they come up, that means this is fully charged. Now it'll do it with 2 lights, but it won't, it won't last for long. So when you have the 2 leads on the battery, like that, 2 leads on, there's a green light comes on here to say everything is okay, and then you can start it. Now there's also a light here, but I never used it, on the end if you wanted it. The best piece of kit that was sent to in a long time, and it comes in a little case here, and you carry it along. So for me going over to the other farm, I haven't been going with jump leads or anything. Now we have jump leads in both Jeeps, and I find that a complete, well, what would you call it? A great joke. So yeah, that's all on that. So for us here to come out in the morning and something not to start, and you have to be dragging leads and dragging batteries and that, as well as hurting your back or whatever, it takes time. And we like to have all the cattle and all fed before 9 o'clock if everything is going according to plan. So yeah, that's all. I'll just go up the yard here now and show you where we do keep the yolks for starting the way we used to do it. And that's our 1595 there. Show it to you again. And I think that's all. We're kind of busy now these days. Cows are calving. I was to do most of this filming up here, but we have some cows weaned and they're roaring like anything. Now we put nice stickers on the side of the Hilux. They're our bulls, some of them, and the forge. Also put this little door here because when things slide up to the front, you kind of, and it just stays up on a spring, and we just have a few tools there and no bother. So yeah, that was a wet day job, and we just put the signs on it in because a lot of the French over here have signs on their vans, and we just did the same, and I think it kind of breaks it up a bit. And we'll have the same the other side. We'll have cows and calves this side. Can you see them there? And we'll have a forge. So every farm in France has a name. I think it's the same in England. A lot of the farms have names. In Ireland it's just whoever owns the farm really. An odd place would have farms, but yeah, that's it. They're just two sides of an old trailer, and we just stuck them onto that because you couldn't stick them straight on. It's real rough aluminium. So I'll just go back here and show you where we do start these. And Emily is painting them. They're just old scrap iron that was there that we put together. See them there, and we could just leave them along if we're moving cattle around the yard, that we don't have to be putting tractors and whatnot here. So up here then is where we do have all our machines for the winter. So it's down the yard now. The tub feeder is usually parked there. The Manitou is normally there. The straw shopper on 46 is where it normally is. And then there's a plug there, and this is what we'd normally have up here all the time. Now that's a booster and a charger, and we have jump leads hanging on it as well. So I have that for years. Now I kind of find if you're boost starting with this, I think it's a bit harder than a battery. So as well as that, I forgot to tell you there on the Jumpstarter down there, the TG 3000, whatever it is, Topdon. They tell me now if you're jump starting something, just say, well, I'll have electrics, and you pull up beside a tractor that's really flat and you jump start it. If a big draw of current comes out of the tractor with all the electrics, it can mess up the ECU, and you might have to recalibrate it or get a new ECU. So with the charger, you won't interfere with anything for the newer tractors. Now a lot of my tractors are old. So that's what we'd have here, the booster and the big long leads that got made up on it. And if there was a problem here with any of these three tractors and the Manitou that would really want to start, it was all at hand, and we're up and running in 5 seconds or 5 minutes. So I think that means a lot when you're having to get going in the morning. So as well as that, then just make sure to have the batteries right. But I find since I got that machine down there, well, I have it about 6 years now. Since we got that, say for reconditioning the batteries or as a charger, we're not buying as many batteries. And like I said, it works better with a battery that's a 2-year or 3-year guarantee battery. A 1-year guarantee battery, it doesn't seem to work at all much. And the 1 year guarantee battery seems to just go dead the day after it's a year old. So now that's all. It's kind of a bit on the hay there. Lots of lads has been talking to us about how we get the hay and this and that, because we sell a lot of hay and we sell straw. Not as much straw now because we're cutting down a bit on the tillage because of workload. And that's it. And then other lads will say, why don't you keep more cattle in all the land we have? We just keep enough what we're able to manage. Right, we have a lot. So it's pointless having things if you're not able to manage them. So and the hay then for the summer takes us the whole summer at the hay, between other bits and pieces. But it doesn't matter, we get the summer, normally get the summers fairly well here all the time. So and then we have our same customers that we have for the last 7 or 8 years, but they still wanted weight, and I'd be the same if I was buying it. If you were buying a load of beet or a load of grain, you'd like it weighed as well. So I know in Ireland, when I was back there, it was always by the bale you bought, and the bales were always different in size. Now over here then there's more of these belt balers, and you can have awful big bales. For us now with the straw, it's here. Well, these are not the max size now, but we make the big bales. So like they're a lot bigger. So back in Ireland, it's chamber balers. Like, see the width of that bale there. There's a lot of straw in that bale. So in Ireland they have a chamber baler, they call it, and it's all they're nearly 4x4s or 4x5s or whatever. So here our straw, the people buying the straw, I don't make the bales at the max, because sometimes they come with just 1 ounce spike, and if the bale is real big, our baler makes a 7-foot bale, and if you just have 1 spike you could break it. So I just make it just about the 6 foot, maybe a little bit less, for the ones I'm selling, because they won't break them then. So but never had a problem selling straw here and all the time. And if I had it worked out that there was just 150 bales in a field, and I left 151 by mistake or whatever, if you went back a month after, the 1 bale would be left in the field, they wouldn't take it. So that'll just tell you what they're like. Because when we were on the other farm, we made these big barriers that come down across the gateways, so no one would get the straw only when we were there. Never needed it. So that's just giving you a rough idea of the way the straw and keeping the batteries and that, because even though we got a lot of warm weather here, it can get cold in the winter, and like I said, half the power goes out of the battery when it's cold. So if you have a bad lead, it'll lose power, and you just want to be on the ball. So as well as that, I hope you like the video, and if you do, press the like button. It makes a big difference. I don't know much about this, Laura says it makes a big difference on the viewers or whatever. And also if you look, she'll have it down below in the link, her merch. She has more merch got in, so anyone that's interested in merch, there's a t-shirt, and I see, can you see the back? I don't know if you can see the back of my head or not, but anyways, she has lots of them in stock there. So yeah, and hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you. Okay.